Identifying and having good, reliable vendors who will deliver quality is something which is a big roadblock.
Hello. We have with us Mr. Ninad Rarkar, and he's from Breathr. And I would just like him to introduce himself.
So, hi, as she said, my name is Ninad Dalkar. I work for Breathr and I have a background primarily in mechanical engineering by education. And I've worked in the manufacturing sector and sort of brand building stuff for the last like decade and a half. So Breather essentially, I think Abhinav already touched on it. We do basically air optimization, air treatment sort of devices. Now, what led me to Iuova was we were looking to develop a prototype for our P1 product, which is basically a consumer-facing product for the US market. And the main criteria was to have the first prototype up and running as fast as possible. Now, based on my experience in the manufacturing sector in whatever the last decade or so, the major issue I have observed is you have this soft talent, like you have the designers, you have engineers, all of that, but the vendor networks are the thing that really holds back prototyping, product development, refinement. Identifying and having good, reliable vendors who will deliver quality, who will be, you know, open to working with you in your way is something which is a big roadblock. That is where I feel India also falls behind. Like I've extensively worked with Chinese vendors also, and also with the Chinese manufacturing sector. So my primary observation over there is their vendor networks are so well developed and integrated that their manufacturers are able to deliver any sort of product their client base demands from across the world tailored to their clients very quickly. And that's something where a product in China might take 1 month to get to, like from concept to prototype. Over here that would end up taking 3, 4, 5 months, and even then you might not get the same end product that you wanted. So, like how I said, the main thing was getting speed, and also the fact that since this is going to be a limited release going to, investors or some influential customers, product finish, the fit, like the overall fabrication of it had to be really good. Now, I looked at quite a few product design companies. Also, based on the concept that I had in mind, I wanted both plastic and metal elements in it. Now,
Right.
when I checked out Iowa's, like I got in touch with Vatsal, I think, the first time. And then I think from your team, probably Vaseet emailed me your past product portfolio. So, in the initial call with Iowa, I saw that you guys had worked on both plastic and metal materials. That was something which was a big factor in me taking a decision to go forward with Iowa. Yeah, so pretty much that was the reason why I chose Iowa.
So while developing the indoor unit of Breathr, like the conditioner, so what were the key challenges that you guys were facing and you were expecting Iowa to solve?
So I think sort of the same thing I said in my previous answer. We had most of the engineering part worked out.
Okay.
We had the electronics worked out. Where we needed really help was on the prototyping, the material selection, the 3D printing, the metal fabrication. That was where I really needed Iowa's network to help us support, bringing our vision, obviously collaborating with you guys and bringing that vision to an actual physical product as quickly as possible.
Right.
That is what really helped us, because basically whatever we decided in terms of the discussions and designs, Iowa was actually able to execute and bring that vision to reality.
So, like, of course, you have interacted at each and every stage of the project with us.
Right.
So, what did you like about the entire design process that was, shown to you, or like at every stage the process was updated to you? So, what did you like most about the entire design process that was done at Iowa?
So, what I really liked was clear communication. So, like, because basically my thought process really works as an engineer. So, I prefer clear, functional communication, rather than time wasting and, just platitudes and stuff. So, what I liked with Iowa was we had very clear discussions about what I expected. And there was obviously sometimes there was pushback, or sometimes we didn't agree. But even then, when I did push back, they adapted and adjusted and delivered on whatever I wanted.
Right.
So that was a very key important thing, which is why I will also recommend Iuova in the future to whoever I in my network and stuff, because design is a collaborative process. But in the end, if the client has some certain hard requirements or whatever, it's very good when the agency can adapt and adjust and then actually deliver on it. Though it might
Right.
sometimes they might feel it's not the right way or whatever. So it's important that you deliver what the client wants, because essentially as an agency to get repeat business, it will be important for the client to be satisfied with the experience.
Right. So at the end of the process, we also delivered a prototype to you. So what was your like? What was your reaction to the prototype? Did you like it?
I was very happy. Quality of the prototype was exactly what I had in mind, what I wanted. Both the physical, the plastic and the metal components. Also, for a first prototype, we achieved good progress on every aspect of the product. So that was a good thing. There was nothing which I was looking at where we had no progress whatsoever. So now it's easier for us, because then we know that we have to refine, let's say, 5, 6, 7 different parameters. And I'm confident also that in the future with Iuova, we will be able to refine these to the level that we need to get the product to a consumer level.
Right.
So yeah, I was quite happy with the first result. In fact, I would say it exceeded my expectations as a first prototype.
Right. So, as you mentioned earlier, there was a certain time constraint, like the project had to be delivered within a certain timeline. So, what was your like? Is there any feedback on how we excelled in that, or what was your general
Yeah, so
feedback?
open communication and availability is important whenever companies work with outside agencies, not just design agencies, can be advertising, can be legal, anything. Uh, Availability of the personnel is a key factor,
Right.
because obviously the agency has multiple clients, but for the company, whatever their issues or whatever they're contracting the agency for, it's important for them to have someone to get in touch with whenever they need to, so that there's some momentum happening on the product. And also as a startup, its velocity is important. You need to keep doing things. They might not turn out right or good, but you need to keep having stuff happening, iterating. It might break down, but velocity is important. So having good availability of people, and quick open communication, that was something which I really valued, and
Right.
which is what I would also recommend to other people.
Okay. So, like, what do you think is the future of this particular product after the prototype is done? So, what do you
So yeah, we're at
envision it?
step one, I would say. I wouldn't even say step one. This is like step 0.5. We'll have to refine this quite a bit, because our target market is big format retail in the US.
Right.
And for a product from a new company, essentially, that too from India, will have to go through a lot of barriers, both like regulatory as well as in terms of convincing the public to buy it, and the vendors, or like, let's say, Walmart or Costco, to stock it. So we'll have several revisions. The design will get revised, electronics will get revised. Maybe we'll add different products, but we've taken a good first step. Uh, so I'm happy and I'm excited to see where it goes in the next 6 months.
Right.
Hopefully by the end of the year, we'll have something which we're confident enough to actually approach our end customers with.
Right. So, do you have like any final words or something that what you want to say about the entire thing?
No, it was a pleasure to work with Iuova, with Vatsal, Vaski, Anirudh, Prabhakar. Everybody's been very supportive.
Right.
It's been a very positive experience so far. And I would highly recommend Iuova.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Yeah.